Hello, how you doing? This is Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator. Good morning. I made this juice yesterday and I absolutely fell in love with it. It's like medicine for the human organism. Please take a little bit of time and spend with me this morning. I didn't prep anything. I want to go through the whole thing and I want to just catch up with you guys. So I'm estimating perhaps a even 12 or 15 minute video. But anyways, I'm just going to get started. Wheatgrass, coconut, lettuce, cucumber, and celery juice. But there is one thing I want to say to my friends out there who may be in the LA area, and that is that my daughters are coming down to visit me in LA here, and we're going to be at Olak on Saturday. I want to show them Olak, my favorite raw food restaurant. And so any of you, if you want to come out and meet my kids, that would be great if you're in the area. We're going to be at Olak on Saturday, what would the date be there? Next Saturday from now. Okay, cool. Anyways, I'm going to make a juice this coming Saturday in real time. So
it's the 14th.
The 14th, and I'm going to have my two daughters with me. We'll probably show up around 6 or 6:30 p.m. and you're all welcome to come out. I'd love you for you. I have a lot of friends here in the LA area, and I'd love to see you and hang out. So let me get started on a juice here. Coconut, celery, cucumber, lettuce, and wheatgrass. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'll open up the coconuts here. So I know not a lot of you have access to coconuts, but we're very fortunate here in that we have access to these kinds of things delivered to us for a really good price. But I take any kind of pitcher and then your strainer here, because that way you keep all the chunks out. And you guys can also post down below if you'd like to learn about the coconut vanilla ice cream. If I get enough of a feedback on that, I'll make a video for you. There we go. Everything is going very well right now. And the Life Regenerator is definitely evolving, mostly in the areas of diet, fitness, relationships, and spirituality. And what else is left? And so let's make some juice. I've got, I'll do the wheatgrass first. These flats of wheatgrass are fantastic. Wheatgrass is one of my most favorite foods, totally medicinal. Wheatgrass is like a blood purifier, energizer, alkalizer. It's, one thing that not a lot of people understand about the wheatgrass is that it actually enhances the expression of the DNA. That's why I have the body of an 18-year-old man, and I'm 30-something years old, and what am I, 37 now? Wow. I feel fantastic. And when you drink the wheatgrass, it really helps to keep the DNA toned up and youthful. The other habits as well. Your mind makes up your life. But there are laws in nature that you need to follow if you want to keep the functionability of your cells and the expression of the DNA so that you can have all the beneficial genetic expression and not the non-beneficial expression of, say, like cancer-type genes and stuff like that, from cancer thoughts and cancer foods. You can get that if you want, but I would suggest everyone learn to process their unresolved stuff and learn to find a place to live in love, and even beyond the love, which is fairly easy, the next level is peace. Once you become firmly established in love and your heart is full of courage because the fear of death has lost its grip on your life, you can begin to work on the levels of peace. And the peace can be a little bit more of a challenge because the mind is so rambunctious and the ego is reluctant to give up its sovereignty over your life. So what I tend to do is I focus on that which I call God, or the inner light, and then whatever you focus on, that is what you will become. So if you're focused on your health problems, you're going to become more of that. If you're focused on the light of truth, you're going to become more of that. If you're focused on the radiant health, you're going to become more of that. So wherever your mind is, that is what you're going to experience. Okay? So put your mind on what you want to become, and you will emanate peace. If you contemplate the peace of God all day, you'll become the peace of God, and then you'll attract everything that you could possibly want, need, or desire. People will want to be around you. They'll want to have cuddle parties with you. Right, guys?
Yeah.
So be love and make your life happen. This is lettuce. This is a sedative. This is it's like lettuce is calming, soothing. It's very, healing. And so when you eat the lettuce or drink the lettuce juice, it's, like I said, it's a sedative. And it'll calm you down, relax you. And it's very inexpensive. $2 for a head of romaine lettuce. No problem, right? I love lettuce. It's one of my favorite foods. Somebody commented the other day. I got a clock right here, sweetie. Somebody commented the other day, they're like, dude, all these fruits and vegetables are your favorite. And you got that right. I love these foods because I can't even hardly eat anything else. Once you become like a ninja, and then you start dabbling in the Jedi levels, you know what I mean? You try to go back and eat anything that isn't straight up, you'll be like, ugh, you won't feel as good the next day. So if you go down this path of clean eating, detoxification, regeneration, and awareness, just be careful, because you're going to, you're not going to be able to go back. You're not going to be able to go backwards. So unless you're committed to constant and continual improvement, then you may want to stay where you are. You know what I mean? Because you're not going to be able to stop the momentum of your own awareness. So become devoted to your best, highest self, and then adopt the courage that you need in order to make that a reality. Because you're going to go through a lot of ups and downs. You're going to go through a lot of ups and downs because that's the spiritual path. There's nothing you can do about that. And if you don't like that, then it might be better just to stay the same. But there is nothing more miserable in this life than staying the same as you always were. Being safe. Nothing makes me sicker than being safe. You know what I mean? There's being comfortable, but comfort comes from your own mind and your own heart and your own faith. Knowing that this is transitory phenomenon occurring. It comes and it goes, but there's one thing in your life that you can trust as being permanent, and that is your true self. That's why I'm constantly focusing on that, because I am driven towards creating peace in my own life. This is celery, and again, one of my favorite foods. All fruits and vegetables are my favorite. But celery is so practical. You could make a million different things out of it, juice it, eat it. It's just fantastic, wonderful, delicious and simple food. This does not have to be complicated. But you can't mix a lot of things in your GI tract and expect yourself to have good digestion. People go raw and then they have a lot of digestive issues because when you cook things, you pre-digest it already. It's already broken down into a mush. You can stuff anything down into your gullet. When you eat these foods, you're eating what's real. And when it's real, you have to really digest the celery, and you can't mix the celery with the, what would be a bad combination? Actually, celery and peanut butter goes well together. The point is, like, okay, that's a good example. Celery and orange juice isn't the best combination. But my point is that each one of these raw foods requires a different digestive capability. And when you cook it, it's totally different. It's just a big old mush of a whole bunch of stuff that your body just slogs through there. But each individual raw food needs to have its own digestive capabilities. So my point is in all this, even though I just did not do a good job of it explaining that, is that the more simple that you eat, the better off you're going to be. So I'm going to focus on the positive, and I'm going to reiterate that one more time. When you go raw, the more simple that you eat, the better off you're going to be. If you have 4 apples for breakfast and toss in a few raisins, you're going to be good to go. You start eating apples and then have 4 nuts and then some nut butter on that, and then some coconut water, and then some lettuce with the nut cheese. You're going to have this whole thing, and it's going to be like, I'm always bloated ever since I went raw. And it's going to be like, well, yeah, because your food combining has to be more, with a lot more awareness now that you're raw food. Okay? So, again, like I said, just simplify. It would be a 4-hour video for me to explain food combining. And when you juice, you can get away with different things. When you make smoothies, that's a whole nother level. When you eat things, that's a whole nother level. So you gotta make sure that you continually educate. You never give up. You keep on going, because you're gonna have to learn about you. Anyways, this is the Samson juicer. It's fantastic. It's I like it better than the Kuvings. It gets about 10 or 15% more of an extraction rate. So I like to use that one. I'm going to have some coconuts, celery, cucumber, wheatgrass, and lettuce juice. Hope you enjoy it. Ah, delicious. So, come see me and my daughters over at the OLOC on Saturday, the 14th? Yeah. Dan McDonald, Life Regenerator, chilling like a villain. Peace.